Stephanie, let's go over your paper. You're working on a compare and contrast using a feature format rather than the block format, and you were supposed to copy and paste and try and put it in a different order, and so that'll create our draft, and then we're going to work on kind of smoothing out the draft a little bit. This is your first paper and this is your second, and one thing you're going to have to figure out how to do is that running head, and I'm trying to find it myself. Insert header. Actually, we want to insert page number, top of the page over here, and then type in your last name. So be sure and include that. When you get in college and your teacher's collecting 100 or 200 papers, and say one of your pages of your paper get lost, it's just lost. They won't be able to put the paper back to the student. And that is why the running head is so important. It has your name and the page number of your paper. And even with what I grade from Grace Academy, which I have 10 students taking writing, sometimes that happens to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, whose paper is this? Or what paper did this come from? So that's what the purpose of that running head is for, to help keep information together. I was looking through your how you copied and pasted, and it looks to me, and I'm going to just type in here and I'm going to take it off, but it looks to me like you have three features that you're looking at. You're looking at income as the first feature, and then job availability is our second feature, and then our third feature that you talked about was experience. And you ended up doing that over 2 paragraphs. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to track changes. I'm going to delete this in just a little bit, but the other changes you can work with. One of the top deciding factors when choosing whether or not to go to college is money. Those in favor of high school students attending college usually back up their argument with facts about income. And then I'm going to put conversely. So we want to use all of those, however, conversely, but, because we're comparing, contrasting. Conversely, others are concerned about the effects the cost of college will have on the high school graduate's future situation. And I was thinking that, where is that statement? Right here. I'm going to cut that out and put it here. There are statistics. Okay, we're going to give the statistics instead of saying there are statistics. And I'm going to put, the bottom line is that college is expensive. In 2011, the average college graduate entered the workforce. And right here, those in favor of high school students usually back up their argument with the facts about income. And let's go ahead and put in the statement in right here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take all of that so that we can just be consistent with our income up here. And so we're making a statement and backing it up with a fact. And I actually want to delete that. So we have, one of the top deciding factors when choosing whether or not to go to college is money. Those in favor of high school students attending college usually back up their argument with the facts about income. In 2010, college graduates made, so that's talking about our college graduates and how they have more money, because you just said right up here it's about the money. And then conversely, the other side is that most college graduates are entering the workforce with $26,000 in debt. So you made a statement and you backed it up with 2 opposing facts. And then let's go down to The projected figures for college graduates are looking to be very promising. Not sure about that. I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to let you figure out what to do with that. See where you think it would fit the best. I want yellow. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead. You said one of the top deciding factors, so because we're starting our second feature, it's okay to just say the second or another deciding factor so that it helps the reader follow your format. Another deciding factor is job availability. A study that reported in 33 million. And when you we can't start a sentence with numbers, and I know this may seem a little bit weird, but we're going to have to spell it out. "63% of these jobs will require a degree. Industry will need with new degrees. It's becoming more and more difficult to find reliable jobs without having some type of degree under belt. The odds of finding are much higher with a degree." Okay, so there's your feature for the degree. Those with a degree are more likely to receive job. And I'm just going to put additionally here because you're still listing that. However, and see, you have this good contrast word. However, according to a study reported by Washington Post, additionally, and so here you have the additionally, so you have the however, so you've turned it around. Now additionally, many would argue that the overwhelming expense. A widespread argument of someone in the pro-college category is the increase of income. And that, I'm just not seeing where that fits in. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and you might consider rewording that and putting that in someplace. Or you might have to have another feature. So right now what I'm seeing is your first feature is income. So we want to talk about college income, job income, then job availability, and you've talked about that. And then the third one is experience. Okay, many life experiences can be learned through the college experience. So here you're talking about life experiences. And this is nice, you have lastly, college encourages students to prepare for the future. And we're still talking about the importance of college. Improves. College also include, on the other hand, good comparing word, and we know now that you're switching gears. On the other hand, many things can be learned from choosing to skip out on college. And then you list those first, second, okay, so it was a good draft, and now, and on this, on your last page, it's called the Works Cited page, and you can go in here and insert a page break so that it always starts its own page, because that's what you want it to do, and that is supposed to be centered, so that's the formatting for that. And so that should always start on its own page no matter where this one ends up. So go ahead and work on making some of those changes and figure out what you want to do with the highlighted, if you can weave that into one of your features. So we have 3 features that I see in this. You have income, job availability, and experience. You might want to add a 4th. Actually, I'm going to leave that in there for you, so when you get it back you can have that to look at, but go ahead and delete it. So put that running head on. Make sure you can do that. That's important for college and career writing. And go ahead and do your transitions. And I'm going to make you a note. I'm sorry, I don't know why that keeps popping up. I'm going to make you a note up here to add transitions. And remember the transitions. Remember the transitions is where you take 2 or 3 words from this paragraph and put it in this last sentence. Then 2 or 3 words from this sentence, this last sentence, and weave them into this sentence. And then this one has to go with this one and the ending one. If you have problems with it, you can ask me, but you did well on it the other time. Just clean it up. Make sure you're following the topics you've chosen, and then highlight your transitions words so that I can finish grading it. But good job on getting that reorganized. And we will just get this cleaned up and add our transitions so it has a good flow. That's the end of the video.